it is what we do. So here's the thing about the products. We have an edge, a three-pronged edge that is unparalleled in the industry. We have the best ingredient policy, the best results for the best price point. Now, this is huge, okay? Our ingredient policy, so what does this mean? That means if you wanted to get another product that isn't Arbonne, that has the same standard of ingredient policies, you're going to most likely sacrifice on the results or the price point. Or if you wanted to get a type of product that had the same standard of results that you get with Arbonne, you're going to sacrifice on the price point. You're going to spend way more, and you're definitely going to sacrifice on the ingredient policy. Or if you wanted a kind of product that had the same price point as Arbonne, you're going to sacrifice on the ingredient policy, and you're going to sacrifice on the results. So that's the thing about this. You can't get a better product that with a better ingredient policy that works this well for this kind of price. And that's because of our business model. So let's talk about this ingredient policy really quick, okay? We have a Swiss heritage. And what does that mean? That means out there in the European Union, the consumer protection standards are different, and they screen out over 1,400 ingredients from personal care products that are deemed toxic, carcinogenic, et cetera, et cetera. In the United States, the FDA doesn't oversee this industry, so they only screen out 10 to 12 ingredients over here out of 1,400 over there. It's a huge difference in terms of what's allowed in products. So we abide by those standards. So because of that, we are pH correct, we're plant-based, we're alkaline, which is the same thing as pH correct, vegan certified, non-GMO, gluten-free, cruelty-free, never tested on animals, and no animal byproducts or anything like that. We're sustainably harvested. We're a green company, green product. Now that is huge. Most things you'll find aren't like that. And if they are like that, they're not going to have the quality of the product. So now when it comes to the standard of the product results, that's a huge thing. And let me get to that right here. I guess before I get to that, why is the ingredient policy so important? If you're anything like me, you didn't really care about products, and that's not really why you're here. You're here for a financial reason. Now, if you were like me, I was going to CVS just using whatever was there and washing my face and taking a shower and blah, blah, blah. I did not understand why personal care products needed to have an ingredient policy like this and what that mattered. I said, I'm not eating it. I'm not drinking it. What does it matter? Because, guys, we aren't just what we eat or drink. We're what our body absorbs in general. So our skin's the largest organ on our body. So anything you put on your skin goes in your bloodstream in less than a minute. I didn't realize that until I started thinking about nicotine patches, birth control patches, these transdermal medication patches that you put on your skin that administer medication in your bloodstream. I was like, oh, well, if that works with that, shouldn't we start caring about what's in our shampoo and conditioner and lotion and makeup and whatever you use? It makes a lot of sense, but yet no one's really reading the bottles of those things yet. Well, now they are, but most people won't care about what they eat and drink. However, you'll have kidneys and liver to filter out toxins when you eat or drink something that's poisonous. Here, with your skin, whatever goes on your skin goes directly in your bloodstream. So whatever toxins are in your products are going directly in your bloodstream. And what does that do to your life? It affects your well-being. It affects your it affects if you get certain diseases at what point in your life. It affects your fatigue levels and your energy levels and your aging process, and it affects you. And you don't know until you stop using it. That's the thing. I've been using Arbonne products for 4.5 years, and I didn't know what good felt. Every now and then, if we go to a hotel and we forget our Arbonne products and we use what's there, I'm appalled at how it makes me feel. I couldn't believe it. See, Peter, he knows it. Anyone who uses Arbonne products, once you start using other stuff again, you can't do it. You just can't. It's like once you start eating organic and non-GMO foods, then you go to McDonald's, you want to gag because it's terrible. It's the same thing and it affects you in the same way. All right, so that's why ingredient policies are important, and there's a huge demand for that. So when you're thinking, is this going to matter in my business? Absolutely, there's a huge demand for health and wellness in today's world. So what kind of products do we have? We literally have everything that you need. We have over 400 consumable products that you would use on a daily basis. No matter who you are, there's products right now. As for this being the men's call, I didn't think I was a product user until I realized that even me, who doesn't use products, shampoo, conditioner, right? Face wash, body wash, lotion, chapstick, sunscreen, protein, vitamins, energy drinks, fiber, other supplements. I'm at 12 and I'm not even trying. Hand soap, other lotions, let's see, toothpaste, deodorant, cologne. I'm at 17 things without really thinking too hard. And I also use eye cream and other stuff now. So the point is that even as a guy, a normal guy, I use a lot of stuff. I didn't even get into hair product either. But we have everything for everyone. We have all different kinds of hair care, sun care, makeup, a whole cosmetics line. Now, some of you who are guys on this call thinking, what do I care about makeup? Well, guess what? Wouldn't you love to be making money off of thousands of people using makeup from this company that you're getting paid on, whether you use makeup or not? Absolutely. Mr. Victoria's Secret most likely doesn't wear all of the clothes that he comes out with, but he makes millions of dollars on it because it's a demand. Women use it and they love it and whatever. Some men, I guess, too, depending on your orientation. But, here, whether you use makeup or not, it doesn't matter. You make money off it. Whether you use these products or not, you make money off it because other people do. So if you're a guy, you should be stoked that your business has 400 products that you can make money off of, whether you only use 12 of them or not. It doesn't matter. Because if you sign up Sarah Jo and she uses all the makeup and all the feminine products that you don't use, congratulations. You're lucky we have that stuff. So think about it from that point of view. Don't think about it as like, oh, I don't care about products. Think about it from a business mind. It's way different. I'm going to skip this. All right, now on to the business. So this is a traditional business model. This isn't our business model, but I want to highlight the differences between a traditional business model and ours. And this will really, really, really make sense as to why we can have the best ingredient policy, best results for the best price point. See, there are other product companies that have really high quality, ultra premium products, but they're 300 times the price of ours. And that's because they don't have this business model that we do. They have this business model that I'm pointing out right now. So this business model is based on a brick and mortar design. Products go from manufacturers, wholesalers, warehouses where they're stored regionally for up to 10 years sometimes. Then a sales force, which is advertising and marketing to get the name out there. Then retailers, where the company actually pays for the product to sit on a shelf. And it's more expensive to sit at eye level than it is at the bottom or the top, right? And then you, the customer, buys the product for an inflated price that's up to 80% inflated, okay? So I don't know if you realize that every time you go to the store, but when you buy a $6 tube of toothpaste, it probably costs less than $1 to create. And now that you know anything about the consumer protection standards of ingredients, you probably know it's made of garbage too. So let's go back and talk about the sales force advertising marketing for a second, because this is really the important part. So while this is happening, literally millions of dollars are being paid to celebrities to endorse the brands, like Jennifer Aniston for Aveeno, for example. So, and where does the money come? Do you think they just come up with the money to pay to Jennifer Aniston? No, that $30 million is factored into the price of the product that you spend your money on. So that means collectively. So what does this mean? That means literally collectively, you, the people, are paying Jennifer Aniston $30 million to be the face of Aveeno, even though she doesn't use it, because there's no way she uses that. It's garbage. And two, she didn't recommend it to you personally in the first place. Yet you're paying her when you buy it. Now, if you ask me, that doesn't make sense. I don't see why I would go to a store, buy a product that's inflated in price, toxic ingredients, and pays people who didn't recommend it to me in the first place. Right? Doesn't make sense. But we just did it. We just do it because it's been the only way, and we didn't think about it. We just do it because it's been the only way up until now. See, up until lately, this was the way to go. But it's just simply not efficient anymore. And if you're going to be a business owner, These kinds of businesses, traditional businesses, require very high investments, sometimes up to $1 million, huge overhead expenses, thousands a month, long hours, employees, research and development, payroll, limited sales potential due to being brick and mortar as well. And basically, you buy yourself a 9-to-5 job. You bought a 9-to-5 job. Your business owns you. Okay, and because of that, and it's scary, that's why most of you have a job, because it's safer, right? But what if you could have all the benefits of being a business owner without the risk? Voila, that's network marketing. And in today's world, it's the smartest thing in the world. So what is network marketing? Network marketing literally just means word of mouth advertising. See, network marketing cuts out all the middlemen used in this model I pointed out right here. Whoops, right here. Here, products go from the manufacturer, right, to the consumer's doorstep. You don't even have to leave your house. Because of the purchase online and a word of mouth recommendation by an independent consultant. So rather than going to a store, someone tells you about Arbonne, you buy it online, it cuts out all the middlemen, it goes straight to your door from where it's made. That saves hundreds of millions of dollars in company spending. And where does that money go that's saved? Now, this is what I was talking about. It goes into research and development, into being cutting edge, into being certified vegan, non-GMO, certified kosher, toxin-free, gluten-free, sustainably harvested, carbon neutral shipping, green, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's not cheap to be everything that Arbonne is, to be the standard that we have. It's not cheap. However, you and the company can afford it because and only because of this business model. If we had the traditional business model, none of y'all would be spending your money on Arbonne products because they'd be way too expensive for you unless you felt like spending thousands of dollars on an anti-aging line. But if you don't, this business model is what makes it affordable and puts the quality so high. So it's just efficient because it's online. I hope that's starting to make sense. Okay? Now, finally, the money that's saved in this process goes into our pockets. This is the best part. The pockets of the independent consultants, the people who are actually responsible for recommending the brand via word of mouth. Okay? So think about it like this. If you loved a restaurant or a movie and you recommended it to a friend of yours, which you've probably done several times in your life, and your friend went to go see that movie or eat at that restaurant, would that movie production company or restaurant send you a check with a percentage of what your friend paid there as a thank you for selling their product or marketing it? Absolutely not. You do this all the time for free and don't even think about it. However, this is network marketing. Arbonne will every month pay you as a thank you for recommending, because they don't pay for traditional advertising and marketing. They pay us, okay? And it's even smarter because clients order online. We don't stock product. We don't handle money. I wouldn't do this if I had to sell product or handle money, right? People order online. Like I said, I don't use makeup, but a ton of it gets sold every month in my business. And products are consumable, which leads to repeat orders. So if I tell someone about the shampoo and conditioners and they love it and they order it every time they run out, like you normally do when you run out of stuff like that. So that's time leverage. That's repeat purchases or residual style income for the most part. And you own this business. Right? You're not an employee. It's like owning a franchise of Arbonne, except it's a franchise in the cloud, right? With no overhead, no glass ceiling, okay? So there's a million reasons why Arbonne's important, or why Arbonne works. I'm not going to go into so many of them because we're running out of time, but here's a couple of reasons. When it comes to demographic, this hits every demographic that there is. Here's some talking points. Baby boomers are the biggest demographic out there. They spend 2/3 of every dollar, right? They turn 60 every 7 seconds for the next 9 years. That is a ton of people. What do they want? They want health, wellness, and anti-aging because they're getting older. And they want a retirement plan because most of them can't retire the way that they were promised. My father is being one of them. And so with Arbonne, this provides them a sharp double-edged sword where they can look better and feel better and retire handsomely without feeling like they're going to go broke. Gen X is the next generation. They were the first ones to care about the green commitment, and their corporate lifestyles aren't working the way that they were promised when they were in school, and a lot of them have families. So this provides them a way to supplement their corporate career income with ideals that they can actually believe in. And then comes the Gen Y, as I hear them called, or the millennials. I believe I'm in that range of things. And we're all about ownership and lifestyle. We want our cake and want to eat it too. We're privileged. We're self-entitled. We think that we deserve everything. We want to make incredible money and not give up our time at the same time. We want everything. And our parents probably be like, well, you got to sacrifice because that's not how things work. Well, that is how things are today with this business model. You can leverage your time, make limitless income, and work from your cell phone, doing what you want with who you want when you want, and work smarter, not harder, okay, with less risk. We've been green since when, that's the next part, 1 second. Okay, a couple other reasons why Arbonne is smart in today's world. This is huge from a business point of view, other than demographics. Network marketing, the industry, I want you to start doing some research on it and looking into it, because it's the second fastest growing industry in the world next to health and wellness because it's internet-based net primarily. And currently there are more millionaires as a direct result of network marketing than from any other industry in the world. And I didn't know that. That blew my mind, that there have been more millionaires created because of network marketing than from anything else. That got my attention. It's $186 roughly $1 billion a year industry. That's huge. Over $60 billion in the United States alone. Now, I was in the music industry. That's a $16 billion a year industry. Nothing compared to this. Network marketing is bigger than video games, music, movies, the NFL, and the NBA combined. That is unbelievable. Right? And we're only in 7 countries just getting started. So a few other reasons why Arbonne's smart I mentioned before. We're also health and wellness, which is the biggest thing in the world now. It's the biggest, fastest growing industry in the world. People care more about organic, non-GMO, vegan, blah, blah, blah now than ever before. It's a consciousness shift. People aren't going to go back to thinking that, fast food is good for you. They're just going to keep wanting to get healthier and healthier. So having healthy products that you use on a daily basis that are 10 times better in quality and results and pay you is only smarter than any other alternative. And it's not going to get less attractive. It's only going to get more attractive. And it's been showing that in studies. And it's an internet-based business, which I mentioned before, and provides you with a lot of time leverage because you teach other people to do what you do. Okay, so what do we do, right? Okay. Let's finish this up. So I did threw a lot of information at you. What is it we do on a daily basis? What is our job? It's actually so simple that it takes years for most people to make this as easy as it is. It took me like 2 or 3 years to realize how easy Arbonne is. I made this way too difficult for a long time because I just couldn't accept how easy this is. This is what we do. Notice, this is our business motto, and notice it doesn't say sell, sell, sell. It says stop, start, and share. All right? So we simply stop spending our hard-earned money in retail stores for our personal prayer products. We stop spending money in stores that don't pay us to shop there. We stop spending money in stores that pay their overhead and their middlemen for an inferior product. We just stop doing what we've been doing because now we know it doesn't make sense, right? Logically, it doesn't make sense. Instead, we start spending, since we're going to shower, we start spending our money on pure, safe, beneficial, high-quality products from Arbonne from our own website at a huge discount, okay? So we simply stop shopping at stores, start buying way better stuff from our own discount online. And we share this information that I'm sharing with you with other people. So we just switch our own brand. We simply redirect the money we were already spending and we're just going to spend on personal care products and teach people the power of Arbonne's opportunity and the dangers of harmful ingredients in their personal care products. We just share this information, and this information is taught to you by people who tell you about this. So you don't even need to know this already. It's so simple. And you get paid from Arbonne as a thank you for growing their consumer base, right? So how does it work? This is you, just you, redirecting your own personal care spending, looking great, like this lady right here. And then whether you tell people about it or people take notice, either way, through your recommendation or testimonials or conversations, whoever notices who, people will follow your lead and change their brand as well, because this information makes way too much sense, and this makes way too much sense. And then this leads to something called a compound effect, where those people tell their people and so on, people you didn't even know, and so on and so forth. And so you only introduce it to a few, and then in turn introduce it to a few, and so on and so on. Now, this is how Facebook grew. So Mark Zuckerberg invited 9 people to his dorm room to hear about Facebook. Who showed up? 2 people. Sounds a lot like an Arbonne party. And those 2 people are now billionaires, because now 10 years later or something like that, we have 2 billion people on Facebook. That's insane, right? Because a couple people told a few people and so on. That's how Arbonne works. We're a $500 million company in 7 countries with tons of people using this product, because 37 years ago, a couple people told a couple people, and so on and so on and so on and so on. So if the products didn't work, we wouldn't be here 37 years later. If the products and business didn't work, we wouldn't be here, because this is only word of mouth. Okay? So think really big. This expansion goes into across borders into all countries. So even if you knew someone in any of the other countries and told Arbonne about them, and they started purchasing it online, your business just went global. If you don't know anybody in those countries, no problem. Most likely, you're only 6 degrees separated from everybody. Someone you tell knows somebody in another country, and your business goes global. That's what happened to me. I didn't personally tell anybody in other countries about Arbonne, but I told somebody who told somebody who told somebody in England. I told my fiance told a lady who told a lady who told a lady who told from New Zealand who told people in New Zealand, right? It just, I didn't know that. So we're currently in Taiwan, Poland, the United States, the UK, Canada, Australia, and Poland, Taiwan, UK, US, Canada, Australia,
New Zealand.
New Zealand. I just said it. Thank you. Thanks, buddy. We're in 7 countries, and I've heard that we're going into 51 new countries in the next 10 years. So global expansion is now, literally, right? So money. We get paid 4 ways: commissions, overrides, bonuses, cash bonuses, gifts, Tiffany's, vacations, and so on. But I'm just going to focus on overrides right here. So this is our compensation plan. You do not have to go global to get to this top level of promotion. All right. I said, talk about going global and going big. It takes far less people to get to the top of the company than you would imagine. In fact, with our team's system of how we do things, it takes 21 people to get to regional vice president with our system of how we do things. Whatever your system does, it's a little different. But it doesn't, it's not much more or less than that with wherever you do this. So it doesn't take thousands of people to be at the top of this company. Trust me, it doesn't. I don't have more than 200 people in my business who, like, clients and everything total. Okay. So anyways, all right. District manager is the first level of promotion. The average time of the company to get there is up to 7 months. In our team, it's 1 to 3 months usually. The average income starts around $200 a month and goes to $1,000 a month. My biggest check as a district manager personally was about $1,600, but that was my last month as a district manager, and then I promoted to area manager. So when you start making close to $1,000 a month in that area, you're promoting to the next level of promotion. The biggest perk of district manager is you make 8% back in your own check from your own purchases. So yes, you get a huge discount up to 50%, 35 to 50% as a consultant, but you get 8% back in your own check from your own purchase. It's huge. So imagine if you had an extra $500 because 2 or 3 months ago you started using Arbonne and told a couple people, like 1 or 2 people, honestly. What would you do? Would that be worth it to you? What would you do with it? Would that mean you didn't have to work a shift? Would that take any edge off? Think about it. Next is area manager. This is where things get really important, especially if you have children. Average time to get there is up to 15 months in the company. Us, it's up to 10 months. I did it in 8 months. My fiance did it in 4 months. We had people do it in 3 months. It's really just up to you. The average income starts around that $1,000 mark, goes until about $4,000 a month. Once you start making around that a month, you promote into region. The biggest perk of area manager is you can will your business to someone in your family, or someone you can will your business down, I think, to 6 generations, 3 or 6 generations, one of the two. But either way, you can will it. And you know what's crazy? If something was to happen to Alexis and I, our daughter would make a lot of money every month, and she's 1. And she will make that until she's 18, and she can build the business if she wants to then. She will be set. And all I did was switch my brand of products and tell some people. And now I have an asset that does over $1 million. Isn't that insane? It's insane. And I'm only a regional vice president. That's the craziest part. So it's amazing. It's amazing. Okay. So that's a huge perk of area manager. Can you leave your job to someone? You got to compare. You got to start comparing what I'm telling you to what you're doing and what you have lined up, because I have yet to find anything that can do what this can, honestly. And I have very smart financial people saying the same thing, Peter included, validating how brilliant this is when his life's work is financial stability. And he's here saying this is brilliant. I mean, it doesn't get more brilliant than that, right? And then there's regional vice president, the 3rd level of promotion. The big perk at regional vice president is you get an extra $800 in your check each month to get a white Mercedes. You don't have to get a white Mercedes if you don't want one, if that's not your thing. But should you choose to get one, you'll get an extra $800 bonus in your check. We have 2. My fiance has 1, and I have 1. We both get paid separately for ours. The average time in the company to do it is 28 months. I did do it in 28 months. The average income starts around that 4,000 mark and goes till about $14,000, $15,000 a month. That's a lot of money. That's where most people are quitting their jobs in the regional vice president world. This is why I don't have a job. I'm an executive regional vice president, meaning I've promoted 2 other people in my team to this level as well. So I'm on the higher end of a regional vice president. So I get to make a good income while I stay at home, you know. And my fiance, Alexis, is also regional vice president, and she's a teacher. And so she's around doubled her salary from Arbonne, which is insane. In 2 years, she did that, you know. She took all these other courses to get a master's and spend money in school to just make $1,000 extra in a year in her salary. I was like, babe, do Arbonne, you know? And then national vice president's the top level of promotion. My sponsor is a national vice president. She was an area manager when I met her. The average income starts off around that $15,000 a month mark and goes until infinity. The average income is about $21,000 for a national vice president. As you start promoting other people to national vice presidents, it goes up and up and up and up. There are people that make in the mid 6 figures on a monthly basis. That is, I did not stutter. I'm serious. That's insane. And I verified that with Arbonne themselves when I call, and I know the people personally as well. The average time to get to national vice president is 3 to 5 years. I've been doing this 4.5 years. I will be a national vice president this year, most likely in the first half of the year, but definitely this year. My 5-year mark is July. So I'll have done it. And that's insane. You get $1,000 for your car here, and this is more money than most people make. And it's not limited. It keeps going. So just think, are you going to take a shower and bathe for the next 3 to 5 years? Are you going to take a shower and bathe for the next 20 years? Are you going to use personal care products for the rest of your life? Yes, you are. And so is everyone else you know. And most people don't have another proven multi-million-dollar generating plan on their desk that's in line with all the current growth markets in the economy. And that's only becoming more and more relevant in today's world. We were ahead of the curve a while ago. You know, it's smarter and smarter to do this. And as time goes by, you're going to be left behind when the whole world economy changes and you don't have a job, or you're going to have to learn a new skill. You might as well start building this now and own a piece of the consumer network of people redirecting their spending, right? People using products. That's what I did 4.5 years ago. And it was the best decision I ever made. I've been using these products ever since. So, my advice to you, if you're a guest or if you're new, is run with it. There is no reason not to. Any real research you do on this subject, on this company, on this opportunity will show you it's a smart decision. However, that's not going to mean you're going to do it, because you have to believe you can. See, this really comes down to you. Do you think you're able to live this kind of life? Do you think you deserve it? Are you willing to do it? Because no matter what you do in your life, it's going to be hard. If you want to make $1 million a year doing anything, it's going to be hard work. Just make sure what you're doing to do that is growing in the economy, is a smart thing in today's world, has a lot of future, right? Because a lot of people are trying to get involved with dying industries like music, for example, like I was. My friends all my friends still trying to hit it big in music. And they're not. And I get choose to do music now. Choose, right? And fund it if I need to. So the point is like, this is smart. And if someone thought of you to do this, just if anything pinged in your head, this is what I want. If anything that I said goes, made you think this is intriguing, interesting, anything at all, poke around at it. Like, ask the person who told you, said, you know what, this one thing sounded interesting. Can I hear about that? Can we talk about it? Get your questions answered. Because if I had not done that with Claire, I wouldn't have started this. And if I wouldn't have started this, nothing would be what it is today. So that's what I have to say. I'm really bad at buttoning things up. And usually when I'm done, I just say I'm done. So I'm done. Does anyone have any?
That works. I, as a matter of fact, I have literally, now they're small pages. I don't want to blow it out of proportion, but I have literally 3 or 4 pages of notes and little things of the way that you say things that I want to incorporate in my business. And they're really just so very important aspects of it. And let me just add 2 things real quick to what you said, Clark, about, the whole dynamic of choosing a multi-million-dollar business, because ladies and gentlemen that are on this call, that is what we have in front of us. And I want to give you a perspective of mine from a financial planning. That's what I do in my day job. I have my own business there, and I do that. In order, folks come to me on a daily basis and they say, hey, I want to generate some income off of these assets. And I have to take those assets and try to generate the most income that I can from them. In order to generate a national vice president's average income, just the average income, the $21,000, I'll even use $20,000. In today's interest rate environment, we might be able to average a 4% type of return. Well, that person, in order to get $20,000 a month, would need $6 million. Okay, $6 million at 4% gives you $20,000 a month income. Okay, that's the power of what we have in front of us here. And Clark said it, do your research, ask the questions, but then hit the ground running. Jump in and make
$6 million. I didn't need to make $6 million to make that kind of money. I just switched my shampoo.
Exactly. Brilliant. Simply brilliant. Yeah. And that's the power of what we have. And that's the beauty of what's here. And so I want to thank you again for being on and sharing your wisdom and your experience. You've been a great leader and a great role model for a lot of people. So I want to thank you for that. And now
I want to thank you for sharing what you just shared, because that's a huge thing. People think that the other income they're going to make is off of their investments.
Yeah.
Now that you can, but to make the kind of money that you can retire on, like the $20,000 a month from your dividends, you're going to need that kind of $6-7 million if you can get the 4%. Like, you bringing that up is huge, because I don't think people really take the time to think about what it's going to take to do that. And here's an opportunity you can do that without that kind of where you're going to get that from.
Yeah.
So thank you for bringing that up, because I think about that every day.
Yeah.
I do, because
Absolutely.
you told Clarence, you told me. So
yeah. Well, and also, just to add on to that, I will also tell you that there isn't anyone that comes to me that has done that through a job. I don't have any $6 million jobbers. Okay? No. I have $6 million business owners. I have I got a race car driver. I got some entertainers. I got a lot of different folks. But I don't have anyone that has come to me and said, hey, I've worked 9 to 5 at this company for the last 35 years, and I've saved up $6 million in my 401k or combined. No one. Okay? So you must own your own business in order to get that kind of a lifestyle. And I'm not saying that you're going to earn $6 million in Arbonne tomorrow, but you're going to be able to have a program, a business opportunity, your own business that you control that can generate that kind of income that someone with $6 million has. So, so I'm fired up about it. We're very excited to see your success and all the success. And you said it earlier, hey, there's plenty of proof. You want proof that this works? Just let's spend an hour together. I can show you so many different people in so many different ways, or backgrounds and education and the whole 9 yards that have done exactly this. So, I'm fired up about it, and I'm fired up about what you shared with us tonight. But now let me do this and end this on and say I apologize. I thought I hit that record button right at the outset, and of course, about 10 minutes in, I realized that I don't see the little stop recording thing there. So I missed the first probably 10 minutes of your presentation tonight. I'll go ahead and post it from where I caught it, but it was literally 10 or 12 minutes in. And so I apologize to you, because I like going back over and hearing it again, but and yours are always very valuable. So we have to have you on again. See, that's my way of getting another guest. So next, so I apologize for that, but I will post it, and you guys hopefully will know why. And I'll put that out on Claire's Facebook page of what happened. But next week we will have Todd Harris, who's Amy Power's husband. Totally different outlook, and we'll have other guests along the way. I just implore you: same bat time, same bat station. Come back next week, and we'll see you all then. Thanks again, Clark. I appreciate it. Have a good night, everybody.